Baby boomers had their own way of communicating when they were younger, and that did not include any form of social media. For them to interact with other people, they had to do it face to face. Today, college-aged and younger people are used to communicating mainly through forms of social media, but more specifically, the app Snapchat. It takes away that in-person interaction, and instead, people are hiding behind their devices. People are constantly talking about their streaks and selfies, and most people add those they meet on Snapchat before they even exchange phone numbers. As a person born in 1999 and considered a millennial, Snapchat is so popular today, it is very likely that majority of people my age have and use it. Today, Snapchat is a platform marketed to specifically our generation because of how much our generation uses media and our devices for everything. Snapchat is shifting our generation away from the quality of the conversation to focus more on the quantity of the snaps they send. Snapchat is an image and video messaging app created in 2011. It allows users to send photos, videos, and text messages that disappear after several seconds, and roughly 150 million people use Snapchat every day. The app has been a hit since it was released. After being surveyed, teenagers and millennials were the result of people who use the app the most. The app's CEO and co-founder, Evan Spiegel, wrote, "Snapchat isn't about capturing the traditional Kodak moment. It's about communicating with the full range of human emotion, not just what appears to be pretty or perfect." Snapchat allows friends to communicate by picture, meaning people don't even need to come up with anything to say. There's definitely a problem with the way our generation is communicating. By allowing ourselves to communicate with facial expressions instead of words or even speaking, which in the end is only hurting us. This platform moves away from intimate relationships, focusing more on the quantity over quality. We lack the social skills of generations before us, like baby boomers, because we do not socialize anymore, at least not correctly. This app comes from the whole concept of friends and connections people have. Baby boomers view friendships as one-on-one interactions that take time to build and mature, whether it's by spending time with that friend or talking to them in person. Social media, such as Snapchat, challenge that by allowing people to call hundreds or even thousands of people friends. A big goal when using the app is to rack up your Snapchat score, which goes up each Snapchat that is sent. The quality of each conversation is lost and instead is being replaced by the amount of people you are talking to. This app has shifted away from intimacy and towards mass distribution. While reading an article, a viewer described it as, "It's a way of communicating without actually having to have a conversation." Our generation is allowing the app to shape the way we interact with others, and the sense of intimacy with other people is lost. Social skills are key in job interviews, friendships, forming relationships, and definitely in being a college student. And because of Snapchat, so many people are afraid of talking on the phone or even speaking to people in public, hiding behind our screens and Snapchat filters. Baby boomers are the generation of people born between 1946 and 1964, and are seen as being materialistic, greedy, and ambitious. Comparing baby boomers to millennials now, baby boomers claim millennials aren't hardworking enough. This supports the concept of Snapchat. It doesn't take much effort for kids to send out what they call mass snaps, the same picture with the same message, to lots of their friends to keep their friendships alive. Another example is one of baby boomers' strongest characteristics is their strong sense of community. Baby boomers rely a lot on the sense of community and their strong communication skills, which was also listed as one of their core values. This being taken away from our generation because of this platform. Another example is the idea baby boomers had for communication included touch-tone phones and call me anytime, as well as in-person body language, learning what is important to them, and speaking openly, which compared to the millennials list, which was communicate in person if the message isn't very important, use email and voicemail as number one tool, electronic communication style. This proves how millennials rely solely on media, proving that our generation's communication skills will suffer as a consequence of the convenience of Snapchat. The theory discussed in Chapter 4 of the Interactionist Perspective states that social processes are derived from human interaction. It's the study of how individuals shape society and are shaped by society through interactions. Popular culture spreads throughout a society as an outcome of interpersonal and other technology experiences. Among encounters allows for popular culture to be both an expression of individual collective power interest. This theory supports the whole idea of the app Snapchat because it took over our generation and has blown up into a huge new platform of communication. compared to the way baby boomers prefer face-to-face, in-person interactions so that they can have a better relationship with their friends and the people they talk to. Baby boomers rely on their strong sense of community and strong relationships. The app was initially created with the idea in mind, but has developed into who has the highest Snapchat score and who Snapchats the most people. Since individuals have started using this app so often, it has now changed people from thinking about specific people and more about the picture they want to send out. The app Snapchat can also be explained by the idea of the mask stated by Rubin and Melnick, in the sense that people our age are using Snapchat as a mask, because you don't need to have in-person contact with the people you are Snapchatting. It's hard to have an identity when the person you are talking to doesn't fully know you, rather than how baby boomers are used to understanding people from conversations and their body language. Through these pictures that are being taken and sent, you can't explain who you really are and you may even begin to take on different characteristics, especially when people use filters and such. All because you want to be a part of the mainstream of Snapchat and people want others to reply to them, so they'll do anything to get that. The main goal is to gain status, so you put a mask on to fit it by sending selfies or pictures to more and more people without them actually knowing you on a deeper level than that. To baby boomers, interacting with people in person or even over the phone is all they ever knew growing up. They're much more used to investing time in one person and taking the time and effort to get to know that person on a deeper level. This app replaces that and instead promotes people in our generation to rack up a high Snapchat score and start surface-level conversations with tons of people they call their friends. This is the new social norm. It's the way people talk to friends, boys or girls that they like, or even strangers who they met online. Like it was stated before, it takes the intimacy out of relationships completely. Our generation is already so glued to their phones that soon communicating in real life face-to-face will be ruined because nobody will have any social skills. While baby boomers are used to using the phone to talk to their friends, spending time with them, and taking their dates out to dinner or to the movies, Snapchat has taken that away from our generation, promoting people to send simple selfies and pictures to tons of people, just for the Snapchat score, taking away the quality of conversations. Compared to how high baby boomers view the sense of community and the time and effort they put in their focus they have on relationships and results, Snapchat is what our generation and culture has absorbed and becoming, and after comparing it to the values and ways baby boomers communicated, it can be concluded that this is negatively impacting our society.